After giving birth to a star in 2018, Bradley Cooper sits back down on the director's chair, teaming up with the man behind the West Side Story remake to tell the incredible story of the legendary American composer behind the original's composition. Welcome to Venice. My name is Ren, and this is my review of Maestro. Welcome back, Film Festival fans. Thank you once more for joining my continuous coverage of the Venice Film Festival 2023. And I don't know about you, but ever since Bradley Cooper crushed his directorial debut with A Star is Born, I have been eagerly curious to watch whatever he can do behind the camera. And going into his sophomore effort, I knew next to nothing about Leonard Bernstein, which only left me more excited, but not as much as knowing so many studios and storytellers have coveted telling this story, including Steven Spielberg himself and Martin Scorsese. Maestro offers a portrait of Leonard Bernstein's singular charisma and passion for music as he rose to fame as America's first native-born, world-renowned conductor, all along following his ambition to compose both symphonic and popular Broadway works. And these days, biopics get a bad rap. They're all accused of being the same, of following the same beats, and not changing too much of what has become a pretty well-cooked formula for success. And while I don't think Maestro escapes from that, it's a confident sophomore effort from Bradley Cooper behind the camera. This man exudes confidence as a director. This is an elaborate narrative that spans many years of a man's life and includes pivotal points in his career and in his personal life, moments that deeply affect one another. And it takes a director with a sure hand to convey that to an audience. So while I do think that the script has many faults, which we'll get to, Cooper's confidence behind the camera oozes out of the screen, not only in the set pieces he presents, not only in key moments where you very much only depend on what it's being shown when nothing is being said, but what no doubt helps him in shaping that narrative confidence are his many years in front of the camera as an actor. And Bradley Cooper is the kind of actor I don't think gets enough recognition for how diverse his kinds of roles are. He can play the handsome jerk, he can play heartfelt, he can play tortured, he is an Oscar darling, he is a funny man, he can deliver anything in front of the camera, and this is yet another fantastic performance. Needs to make you believe in the genius of this man, in the confidence, in the charisma that he exudes, not only as a composer, but as a friend, as a husband, as a father, as a genius that was so obsessed, so passionate with music. You believe that charisma in front of the camera with every single frame, but he also has to make you believe that he's older. It's not just the spectacular makeup and prosthetics you can see on his face, his attitude, his body language, the way he conveys emotions and the pain behind his eyes. It's an astonishing performance that sees many years of a man's life, many troubles that he faced professionally and personally weighing on him the further the film goes along. And counterbalancing that is the phenomenal Carey Mulligan, who honestly steals the film. One of my favorite narrative tricks in Maestro is how it very much starts as your traditional biopic focused on Leonard Bernstein, but eventually it morphs into a relationship drama that focuses on the loving bond created between Leonard Bernstein and his wife, Felicia Montalegre. But even beyond that, the further the film unravels and the more you follow the relationship between these two artistic geniuses who are deeply passionate not only about their art, but about each other's art. They encourage each other's dreams. They admire each other's fortitude for acting or for composing. But more and more, the narrative becomes about Carey Mulligan's character and her influence on Leonard Bernstein. She easily offers a career best performance, the most layered in the entire film, and a performance that emotionally grounds Leonard Bernstein. And this might be my first hot take of the festival. Maestro is a solid biopic, elevated enough by incredible performances that truly never amazed me. It's spanning across many decades of Bernstein's professional and personal life is admirable. Again, especially being a sophomore effort from Bradley Cooper behind the camera, who carries the trust, confidence of a veteran filmmaker with years of experience. And it's shot beautifully by, again, veteran cinematography Matthew Lebatique, mixing black and white sequences with gorgeous, visually colorful set pieces. So while the performances are fantastic, for me, the script in this film falters immensely because there is so much to these characters, there is so much to define them and their relationship, and yet the film just doesn't spend enough time with them in key moments. Maestro is a film that starts off incredibly strong and finishes with a few heart-wrenching scenes that just don't meet their emotional potential because the bulk of its middle section just scatters and jumps through years and doesn't offer enough focus on its characters. It doesn't dive deep enough into the relationship. It just does about enough for you to understand who these characters are, how they get to one moment to the next, but it does so to the point where it feels emotionally dispassionate. Unlike the performances, which feel intimate, personable, but because of the storytelling's specificity, we're not allowed to sink deep enough through their emotions, through these key moments filled with the joys and the sadnesses of life. As the years unravel, the more and more time we spend with this couple, the less so I understood how they got from key moment to key moment, not only artistically in their professional lives, but I began to barely understand how they got from point A to point B emotionally. It's an immensely complex narrative. It's an immensely complex script in the way it tells its story, but it got to the point where it felt too vignette-y. So why do I say Maestro begins and finishes strong? Because it's slow enough during those sections where you get to spend these delicate, tender moments of passion with these characters, getting to know one another, understanding one another. I might be sounding way too harsh. I like Maestro. The things I like about it shine more and more the more I sit with it. And it's a film in which certain pieces wowed me, but the whole of it coming together certainly felt underwhelming, falling into typical jarring trappings of the biopic subgenre, while at the same time shining through with the qualities that I so love about biopics of artists, of their passion, of their pursuit for dreams, and of the clash between their artistry and their personal life. So while I dive into my final thoughts on Maestro, it's time for you to start the conversation in the comments below. What is your favorite biopic? What is your favorite Bradley Cooper performance? And if you want to check out my reviews for last year's Venice Film Festival, they're all up here in this playlist. If you are enjoying this review, and if you don't want to miss any more Venice Film Festival 2023 reviews, this is the place to be. Consider clicking that subscribe button, and you won't miss any future conversations on your favorite movies and TV. Bradley Cooper's assured direction elevates his versatile performance and a remarkable Carey Mulligan. But I found Maestro mostly superfluous and scattered on its trademark biopic storytelling without enough depth to the delicate, complex emotions of its soulful relationship. I'm giving Maestro a B-. Thank you so much for watching. Maestro is not the weakest of the festival. Believe me, we have lots more to talk about. So I hope to see you soon when I bring more Venice Film Festival 2023 reviews. Big shout out to my channel members for always supporting the channel, and I'll be back very soon. So until the next one, love each other and love the movies.